Right here with head coach Shelly Morris. A little change, 5-1 win over St. Michael's. Congratulations, best start in program history now at 8-0. Just talk about what that means to you guys. Rebounding from last year now, and you're really kind of cruising at this point.
Yeah, no, I think we're doing really well. I'm happy. We're game to game. We're making adjustments that we need to make to do different things, and I think we're settling. We're kind of starting to play our game, and not sometimes in the past we kind of fell into playing the other team's style, and I think we're just trying to do what we do, and we're doing it well.
We can just talk a little bit of a sleepy first half. Took a little bit to get going. Perhaps your talent carried you through that first half. Erica Kelly 2 goals, and really kind of took off in the second half, though.
Yeah, I mean, right at the beginning, I thought we did some really good things, and our passing, we just really tried to be patient and deliberate with what we were doing, and then we kind of just got a couple ahead and sat back and just, and I knew they weren't going to stop. I mean, they've come back in other games, and so we kind of got after them a little bit at halftime, and they made some really good adjustments. And even at the end, they were like, "We figured it out," and I'm like, "Yeah, we got to play 70 minutes regardless. We can't seem to find that zero on the other end, but we're making it happen, and we're winning games, so that's all that matters."
2 more goals for Erica. She's just on such a roll now. Didn't have a goal the other day, but had an assist, and it's kind of always there.
Obviously, she's a targeted player, and I think she worked it a little bit. She got real frustrated the other night, and it took her. They took her out of the game, to be quite honestly, more mentally than physically. And I talked with her about it, and she's just a targeted player. And the great thing about her is she can get free, and it doesn't matter. And she kind of proved that today with what she could do. So, but I love having a bunch of different scores. I think that's what we're all about. We're really deep right now. So it's good.
Yeah, my next question. As much as she's getting the attention with her goals, Kelly Govea had 2 more goals tonight after having 2 the other day.
Yeah.
She's really stepping up, and like you said, a balanced offense.
Yeah, and everybody's back and healthy. We've had a couple of injuries, and now it's a good problem, but we have a lot of people that can step on the field and make things happen. So I'm glad if something's not happening in one area, other people are picking up the slack, and it's good to see.
Tuesday night at Bentley, it really now starting into conference play. Just talk about how the level is going to improve.
Yeah, that's obviously a different. They have a huge home field advantage with their surface, and that's just going to be a different environment. Obviously, we always play a tough game with them, so we got to keep focusing on what we're doing and continuing to do it well. I think that's kind of the main thing. We've done an awesome job of taking it one game at a time, and Bentley's next. Okay, let's go. On AstroTurf, and it's a faster game, faster shots. My goalkeeper's got to adjust to it. We have to adjust to it on corners are different. So, this is a different type of game. But yeah, now we're in conference play and things are different. So it'll be interesting.
What's the message to the team here? 8-0, obviously, but now the conference game starts. So really, you kind of want to carry that in. How do you go about making sure that this doesn't?
Well, we haven't really we don't talk about our record at all. I think we've been really focusing on talking about our opponent, and I think that's kind of the main thing. I'm sure it's all in the back of our heads, and being undefeated and whatever, but I think they're doing such a great job of just attacking each opponent each time, what we need to do to win this game, and that they're not. I try to let them, you can enjoy it a little bit. Somebody gave me a good advice, and one of my other colleagues gave me a good advice. You got to enjoy it when you're winning, because you always dwell when you lose. So when you're winning, you got to enjoy it. So I want them to enjoy this, but at the same time, they're really determined, and I know this isn't, it's a whole new ball game going into the next week as far as conference, and we have goals and things like that we want to accomplish, and they're really focused on it. So it's great.
A lot of that goes back to the leaders on this team. You're so senior. There's a lot of seniors that really want to make this year count. So I think they kind of.
Yeah, the leadership is great. I think they know what it takes, and they've been there. So I think they're doing a really good job of keeping everybody level-headed. The other day we didn't have the greatest practice, and I think that they're on everybody as far as what we're all about, what we're trying to do here, and they make the adjustments, which is something we weren't doing in the past. So it's good.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations on the win, and best of luck Tuesday night at Bentley.
All right, thanks a lot.